Hello and welcome. This is the Darling Aura. I'm Clarissa. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a message from your future self reading. So we're going to be diving into what you are needing to know right now, what you have already healed that you may be holding on to, and then also what your future self wants you to trust about your path. This is a pick a card reading, so if you picked A, B or C, let me know which one resonates with you. We're going to explore all three. And again, if you like the messages, please subscribe, share, join the community, the Darling Aura, the darlings. Alright, so if you picked card A, you got the Eight of Cups, walking away from an emotional situation. This is what your future self needs to know right now. So let's get into this deeper. What does the future self need to know right now about this Eight of Cups? Nine of Wands. You've been really defending this situation. Maybe you've been holding the situation too tightly. A situation that needed to be let go of. So you've been holding on to and defending your right to be in a situation. But now it seems like you are deciding to turn away from the situation because you've given it all you can. You've given it everything. Yeah, like literally everything. Your soul you've given this situation, you feel like. The Strength card is Leo energy. You're overcoming right now. You're still in this process. It may be feeling like what I'm getting is that you've had to turn away from some situations that they just weren't satisfying you. They weren't serving you. They didn't feel good. But it's taken a long time for you to try and get through the situation, overcome the situation. So now with the Strength card, you're deciding that you can. That has always been within your reach. Maybe there was some dynamics there that you felt like it wasn't the right time, or the courage wasn't there for you to just be able to just walk away from the situation. But Queen of Wands, this is fire sign energy, Sagittarius, Leo and Aries. This is someone who's very, aware of her surroundings, her body, her ability to attract. She is not playing around. Like the change in you that is happening, the self-awareness in you that is happening, like this is not the time to play around with you. This is, you've basically said no. Like as the reading's going on, the energy of the reading's getting stronger. Like the determination, the fierceness in the reading is getting stronger. So I feel like you're just knowing your worth. You knowing you can have better situations. You can attain better. You can attract more. You can attract exactly what you want. Four of Swords. We've got some karma energy coming now. Four of Swords. This is feeling at peace with the decision. Feeling at peace, like there's no regret. There's no oh, should I, you're detaching. There might have been a need to, like, this doesn't necessarily mean like it's been an actual argument or conflict with somebody. This is like an inner knowing. This is like the inner conflict. This is you standing up for what you believe in, knowing what's right, changing your belief here with certain things, like how you're going to be treated by people, how you want to be treated by people. You've just calmly and inner fiercely come to this knowing that no, I'm not gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle for the situation. Six of Pentacles. It's a give and take here. You're no longer giving more than you should have. You've been giving way too much. You've been carrying way too much, and now it's like you recognize that The energy has to turn, and there has to be this level of balance now with the Six of Pentacles. It's saying that you deciding to take this route is now going to give it back to you. Is now going to give you what you need, what you've been almost like hiding from yourself, because you've been trying to save a situation, or trying to give to a situation almost like, oh, if I can save the situation, then it'll be good for me, while actually it's just draining you more. It was taking your fire away. So now it's like, with the Eight of Cups being the main card, someone is going to feel as though they've lost you. But honestly, you don't have any time to be considering you don't have any time to be considering what a person could have done and should have done and would have done if you didn't give too much. It's almost like they took advantage or took you for granted in the situation. Right, so let's go on to see what you have healed already and what you could be holding on to. I feel like you've let go a lot at this point, but let's see what else we have. What have you already healed that you may be holding on to? What do we have here? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, someone's been. Yeah, so the situation has been someone really thought they could keep you in an emotional state. If they played games, if they manipulated, if they used their words in a way that was holding you, it's on top of the Nine of Wands. So this is somebody who's been challenging your thought process, taking mental capacity, literally holding up space in your mind, because that way they can control the narrative. That way you can be manipulated into what they want you to do. If they keep you distracted in emotional situations, thought patterns, then you don't have any time to be considering what you want to do for yourself. But slowly, I feel like over time you've started to recognize, or you recognized from the get-go, really, let's be honest, but you thought there was more to it. You thought that those things could be balanced out by something else. You're willing to give. You're willing to give part of yourself, be in the situation because it meant something. But now you just see that it just goes into the pot, into the endless pit, and doesn't get reciprocated at all in any way, apart from just draining more life out of you. So you are defending yourself from this type of mindset. What do we have for the Strength card? I love it. The Empress. Yeah, you have known all this time that you have capability, that you have strength. I feel like now you're getting to the point of really believing it, knowing, but really believing it. Really like, okay, I know this about myself, but now I believe to the point where I'm going to do something about it. Now I'm going to change the dynamics. This is where the Strength card comes in. This is what you feel already. This is you knowing. You're not actually just sitting on and ruminating and thinking, what is the situation? Am I really doing this in this situation? You are deciding that no. The Empress is Taurus card, so she has the ability to create within what she has. With what she has, she's able to create. She's able to give life to things. She's able to literally bring out that element of creation. I'm getting like number 3 here, element of creation, and she's able to produce things with her own creativity, with her own skills, and beautiful things. She's like discovered her beauty as girl, so rediscovering her beauty. She's rediscovering things. You might be a change in her lifestyle in some way. Like with this earth element, it's really saying that you're becoming more grounded, things are becoming more realistic, but that ability to create is becoming more realistic. To the ability to be in a situation that you have thought about but never really thought deeply into it, because again, distractions. But with the Empress, it's saying that those thoughts, those dreams essentially can now become realistic. Okay, what else do we have? I'm loving this for you. What have we healed already that we're still holding on to? What's the Queen of Wands? Three of Swords. Yeah, this was a painful situation that you was in. You was, you know, with the Queen of Wands, she's regained her pride from the situation. This is a no nonsense. Like with the Three of Swords, it's like there was energies involved, more than two. Say it might be you, might be with somebody else, and there's another person, or there's another thought process there trying to make determining what should be done, what should be given or taken. With this Three of Swords over the Queen of Wands, it's saying essentially that no one is going to do this to you anymore. The Queen of Wands is not going to allow this to happen, and she's going to fight for her pride. Essentially, she's going to make sure that she's the one that's recognized. She's the one that wins, because you know, with the fire energy, Queen of Wands, can be a competitive energy. She's making sure that she is essentially on top of the situation. She controls the situation in the way that she wants. Yeah, Three of Swords, it's not an easy energy to have. There may be a little element of betrayal here, an element of disloyalty, you know, an element of just someone taking advantage, feeling like someone was being undermined in the situation, neglected even, because of like selfish means, selfish mannerisms. Not great. Okay, what else can you tell me about what's been healed and holding on to? Got the King of Swords over the Four of Swords. Okay, so I'm getting this feeling that someone there could have been a ghosting situation. There could have been like a detached situation here, a detaching of initially I thought resources, but it may be the emotional detachment, the passion has been cut into in some way. With the King of Swords, the air sign card, so we've got Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So this is someone who's highly logical rather than emotional. This is someone who really does know how to get into the mind, really understands that if you try to be emotional with them, they will completely come at you in a different way just because they want to. You know, sometimes there's a thrill of it, or there's the control of it, because again, it is like talking about the upper mind here. This is someone who they're quite skillful in the way they think, so this is why they can, you know, kind of bend situations to their will with their thinking. If they can get into your mindset and make you belong to that belief, you could be trapped there for years. So having this situation cut, maybe they cut it, maybe you cut it, but either way, yeah, with on top of the Four Swords, he's taking a step back. I feel like he just, yeah, you can see the nonsense. You know, this situation, it just spirals, it just circles itself around. So maybe now it's time for you to take a different approach. You to take a more detached approach than giving in to just the back and forth of this mindset and what it needs, because it just fuels it. Like, you are what you put your energy into. So put your energy into things that are essentially distracting you but controlled by someone else. It's not going to work. So having a different approach, taking a leaf out of their book essentially, and just not only thinking about what you need, because that's what they're doing. They're thinking about what they need, to the point where they've kind of taken the emotion out of it. So it's time for you to do what you need to do. All right, what else do we need to know? Six of Pentacles. What's already healed? The Knave of Wands. Through essentially the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's time to take a new step. And with the Knave of Wands, I feel like it's on top of the Six of Pentacles. It's time to like reclaim and almost start a new adventure, become almost like an apprentice of life in whatever you want to pursue. Because where you put your energy, again, is going to come back with you on top of the Six of Pentacles. So it's saying that it's time for you to focus on what's really needed. This whole thing, this situation has been a major distraction. I feel like it's been for a long time. It's almost like you've been trying to fight your way through to make it something that can be a union or a partnership or some kind of coming together, and it hasn't worked out like that. It's not working in that way for you. So it's knowing where you are going to be appreciated, because with the Queen of Wands, you need to be at the center of a situation, whatever it is. You need to be the center. You need to be essentially the leader. So it has to be your mindset that leads the situation. So whether it's starting something new, studying something new, whether it's just, again, exploring something new that you've got passion for, then this is where you need to focus, because it's going to give you back tenfold. Okay, so what does your future self want you to trust about this path? Got here, New Moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. I like these because they're self-explanatory, these cards. they just say it. Your hard work is paying off. I feel like it just summarizes the whole reading, because this is what I've been saying in terms of put your energy in to where you know it's going to grow, where you can focus it, where it feels, again with the Empress, that feeling of just knowing it, like it comes from here. It comes from that creative bud that you have. That's where you need to focus on. Let's get another card here. Confidence is key to success. New Moon in Leo. The cards, this Moonology card, Moonology is the deck. They're basically reiterating what I've been saying, because wow. Confidence is key to success. That is essentially the Strength card and the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is super confident. Again, she doesn't let anything get in her way. Once she determines that that's what she wants to do, she's going for it. She uses all her skills, literally mind, body, spirit. So she uses her intelligence, she uses her tractability, and she uses her soul, her soul's calling. She knows what she wants to do. This is where you're at. It's having the confidence to make that the key to success. You're closer to achieving, you're very close to achieving your goal. Love this. Yeah, this is perfect. If this is your message, applause, because yeah, too much time and energy has been wasted on things that really are not serving you. This reading, if this is your reading, is essentially saying it's time to stand up for what it is that you believe in, that you have conviction for, that you feel creative with, that you have a love for, that you have passion for. Love that for you. All right, thank you. for being here. I'm going to move on to card 2. Just giving a shuffle. Card 2 messages from future self. Okay, so if you picked card 2, you picked 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups. This is, I'm going to get a repeating message here. 5 of Cups for you, for card 2. 5 of Cups is talking about the love lost. Whether it's your love lost or their love lost, it's a love that it feels disconnected at the moment. So let's get into the cards to see what your future self needs to know about this message. What your future self needs to know about this message. Five of Cups. What can you tell me about the 5 of Cups? What does your future self need to know right now? Got the Lovers, Gemini energy. There could be a situation where you're mirroring each other. This could be a like for like, a back and forth type of, a tit for tat type of situation. It didn't start from, it just started with little things. And now those little things have become big things, because the other nuances were lovely. There was a union. It felt like, oh, there's a kind of a symmetry here with the Lovers. But now those things that were loved are turning into annoyances. The nuances are turning into annoyances. What else do we need to know about this here? Got the 9 of Wands. This is defensive energy. Again, it could be, you know, feeling like you need to battle for something, for what you believe in. They could be feeling like their beliefs or their point of view is not being heard, not being appreciated. You could be feeling this way. I feel like there's a sense of values missing with the situation. Maybe one person doesn't feel valued over the other person, or doesn't feel like there's an equal measure here of value. I've got the Strength card. In the Strength card, there's an overcoming. There's an overcoming needed. Leo energy. It's got Leo and Gemini energy. So this is, you know, so really about the mind with the Lovers, and with the Strength card, this is about the passion that's within the situation, the need to overcome it. Is it something that there can be a breakthrough with? It doesn't necessarily mean that this relationship's over or the situation's over. It's meaning there's a need to overcome, because someone feels essentially out in the cold, with the 5 of Cups being the main card. Someone feels left behind, or someone just feels right now that they're not receiving the warmth that they had before. So there's a need to break through this, a challenge. The Three of Swords. Ooh. The Three of Swords, there is, you know, this is, it essentially means there's like two or more energies, let's just say. There's something going on, there's something else that's affecting this relationship. With the swords, it could be matters of the heart, the situation, it could be other things that one, you or the other, or the situation they're dealing with cares about, like it's a matter of their heart. So feel like your heart is essentially being affected by something else. With the Strength card being here and the Lovers, it doesn't really seem like it's a situation that you can walk away from. It's more like you're in the situation and this is something that you're trying to overcome. You're just almost battling with yourself, but how do you overcome this situation that essentially doesn't feel like there's an escape situation. This is a situation that you are in, and it's part of like your life. It's part of like the foundation. It's part of your four corners. So it's within that is trying to overcome a situation that is pulling at your heartstrings essentially. Ten of Cups. There is hope. The Ten of Cups. Someone's going to be happy at the end of this. Someone's going to be fine. But it just could feel like a lot. With the Ten of Cups, with the Three of Swords, you know, I'm wondering with this kind of, I'm getting this kind of circular feeling. Like, is it something that's coming back around again? Is it like there's this overwhelming, there has to be like this tussle and fight and argument, and then things are said, things are brought back up again, and then, you know, it reignites the passion, it reignites the love, like, oh, this is why I love you, and this is why I love you, or love the situation in the first place, because of the passion, because of the love is there underneath. It's just right now it might be a rocky moment. Alright, so let's get, what have you healed already? What have you healed already that you could be holding on to? What have you healed already that you could be holding on to? What have you healed already that you could be holding on to? Tell me about what's been healed already that you're holding on to. Five of Cups on top of the Lovers. We've got Five of Cups as the main card. Essentially, someone won't let something go. There is something in the past that you've let go of. Maybe you've let go of, or they've let go of, but somebody is not letting go of it fully. Or this could just be it. You just won't let go of something that hurt in the beginning. It could have been how the situation came together, how the relationship came together. You know, this is something like there was a bit of maybe trepidation at the beginning, but it's like it won't, it's like a thread through the relationship. This could just be certain behaviors that you have ultimately accepted. This could be, you could have come into a situation not realizing that this was going to be a situation. You thought it would be done and dusted, but now it remains. There's a bit of agitation. Decisions have got to be made. What else can be said about what's already healed? The Emperor. The more and more the situation goes on, you've actually got full control. with the Emperor, they are like, they control their domain. They control everything around them. It's theirs. It's already theirs. So whatever the situation is, already yours. But maybe you're just not seeing it. Maybe you don't recognize it. Maybe you're paying attention to all the little traits that you don't like. I mean, it's easily done. You're just like, oh, that just annoys me. But you could have pushed them away because of this. With the Five of Cups main card, you could have pushed them away because of those little things, because you really wasn't expecting to be this. You maybe wasn't expected to be this as big of a situation. But it remains. So the healing that you've already done, that you need to know, is that it's already yours. You can let go. If that's what you want, if you want this situation to continue in a harmonious, balanced way, you have to know it's already yours. Whatever it is, it's already yours. Tell yourself this. It's also Aries energy with the Emperor. What else do you need to know? The Knave of Cups, of Chalices. You could be feeling like you're dealing with somebody who's a little bit more immature than you in their outlook, the way they present themselves. We do have Gemini energy here as well, so there is a youthful energy. These could be the things that are annoying you. But with the Knave of Chalices over the Strength card, this is something that you can definitely overcome. You know, if you're holding back in some way, because with the Strength card, you haven't wanted to give to the situation, or it's not working out in the way you thought it was going to. There's different challenges there that have arisen, and those challenges may be met with immaturity. So you feel like, I don't know if I can be in this situation. But ultimately, if you are the more mature one, or if you've got more of a mindset where you feel like certain things should be done your way, again, it's already yours. So you just have to get into the dynamic of knowing that that person is essentially just, I keep saying person, it must be a person, no? Situation. That person is going to do what you want them to do, because to them, the Lovers, you're the counterpart. So pushing them away only just makes them feel left out in the cold, but they're essentially not going to go anywhere. They feel like maybe they need to defend themselves, challenge the situation in some ways, essentially to get your attention, but they will ultimately do whatever you want. With the Knave of Chalices, it is water sign energy as well, so Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. There's someone who essentially is very loving, they just might be a little bit immature rather. Ten of Pentacles over the Three of Swords. So essentially, I get I get this with the Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. I get payback, like payback came to my mind. And whoever's got something planned. But essentially, are you doing this for a certain reason? To validate certain things that you think or feel in your heart. I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords. I don't know whether I need some clarification on this. I feel like there's a plan. There's a plan here. A plan of something. Three of Wands. Some of you, this could be like a particular message, but some of you have no intention of staying. It's just, you're just kind of there for, essentially the control. Now, maybe this is not the reverse situation, cross watchers, but essentially this is like for some of you, this is like an in-between phase. It does have the potential to be something long-term, and I think that could be part of the issue, because over the Three of Swords, I think that part of the issue, that it could be something long-term, it could be something that is essentially love, but is this the love that you want? There's an element of settling, or feeling like you're settling here. Yeah, with some element of payback. I don't know. This is meant to be what you've healed, need to let go of. And there's that question. So I feel like somebody did you something, and this is almost like your way to. It's not even necessarily connected to this person. This is like your own inner payback. It just happens to be the situation. That might be very specific. That's just what I got. Okay, Ten of Cups. What do we need to know about Ten of Cups? What's already healed? Ace of Pentacles. Going back to the initial narrative of this reading, we've got a Ten of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. This situation, they will give you everything. They just want to feel like it's mirrored back. And it's not even, they're not asking for a lot in this situation. They're not really asking for anything at all. They just want to be in it with you. So with the Ace of Pentacles, they can envision, they're already happy. So for them, their outlook is, well, let's build something together. Let's create a lifestyle together. We're going to do this together. I feel like we need love oracle cards for this one. The Moonology card is not a really love. It's not really about love. It's about progress. So we're going to do love oracle cards for this, for knowing what the future self wants us to trust about this path. What does this future self about this path? What's the future self? Look, these are for the ones that are, the girls that don't play around, or the persons that don't play around. Jeez. Okay. Could only be on my channel though, for sure. I mean, I get it. Alright, let's get messages. What does your future self want you to trust about your path? The butterfly. You can't make this stuff up. The butterfly, it says relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child growth. A round of applause for the cards and the way they just come together. Next one. Okay, so separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. Yeah, definitely relevant, because it was a kind of fork in the road type of reading here. So it's really down to what it is that you really truly want. Coffee cup, meeting, conversing, savouring the moment, feeling lifted, friendship. This could be somebody that you was initially friends with, but it might need to be like a reconciling of a situation. If that's what you want, a reconciling. Something that's just neutral, gets back into the place of where it was. Someone's feeling Like their heart is jaded. They want the comfort and love back. They hate when it's like this. Twin flames. Yin, yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. There you go. Let me show it to you just so you can see. Pause for dramatic effect. Amazing. Let me know how that goes for you in the comments. I'm super intrigued. So let's move on to card 3. Card 3 messages from future self. Messages from future self. Messages from future self. Messages from this one. Card C. Okay, let's just keep some. Two more. Shuffle. Ooh, they're coming all flying out there. So if you chose card 3, you got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse means that you have a feeling right now that you're not growing, that you're having to basically look at everything to be able to get back to the feeling of growth. So there is something at the moment that feels like it's maybe blocking that last piece of growth that you want, because you've worked really hard with 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It means that you've worked really hard. It's almost like there's something blocking that last, or that need for extra growth here. So let's see what your future self needs to know about this. What does your future self need to know about right now? Right now. King of Swords. King of Swords is an air sign card. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I wonder if it's to do with another person, or whether you are the King of Swords and you are only thinking about the logical side. So it's saying, I feel like with regards to you, it's saying that there may be too much overthinking with this situation. Like it needs more action with the King of Swords, or the situation needs more action. I feel like you might have strategized and planned and considered, thought about this situation too much, or over too much. Now it's like needing something else. It's needing, the thought is there. It's like things are mapped out. I feel like with it being mapped out, so much, it's like almost forgetting about the action plan of it. It's just based on the logic, it's just based on the plan, it's just based on the strategy, the strategic nature of it. The emotion has been removed from it. It's all become about the logical side. So it's, you know, a plan without action remains a dream. So it feels like there needs to be an extra element added to this. Ooh, what's feeling out here? Seven of Pentacles. So you've been waiting, you've been planting your seeds, and it still feels like you're waiting. It still feels like you're waiting for something to arrive, but you feel like you've put the right seeds in place. Let's not get that, let's not dismiss that. You've definitely put the right seeds in place. So you do feel like you're waiting. Your plans are really good. You've definitely done what's needed, whether it's research, whether it's thinking, whether it's manifesting, you know, meditation, whatever you need to do, calling on the ancestors, you've done it all. You've done it all. You've pulled the right, everything to do with the high mind, the high chakras, you have done it. So you're waiting. You're waiting for the seeds to grow. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, air sign card again. I don't know if you're waiting for somebody. Queen of Swords is doing her own thing. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. She's doing her own thing. She's, well, I would say she's more the emotional intelligence as well. Like, but she's not, it doesn't mean she's any lesser than the King of Swords. She just has a different way of doing things. So, because she knows how to get into the emotional and the psyche as well. So being like the feminine of the traits. So she's about the inner work too. But she will definitely, I feel like with the Queen of Swords, because she just cuts people off. So she cuts it. She doesn't like it. She cuts it. So there could be some situations here where you need to make some sharp decisions about whether they are serving you. Because here, if you see, look at the cards with the two icebergs at the sides, it's like saying that it's like an in-between of phases. So for you to get to the next phase, the walkway, the pathway, some things need to be cut out. So essentially it's saying that, yeah, your plan, although the plan is logical, we need to just kind of just angle, you know, because we've had like the masculine. All right, sorry about that. Let's get back into it. All right, so initially the thought process has been about the plan, the objective, the goal, how to maneuver. You know, you've been thinking about this. You've been planting your seeds, but now it's got to the point where you have to angle this thought process into being able to almost like cut through some things. So it's still essentially saying that you are following this very detached nature. So with the Queen of Swords, she's very detached. She says exactly what's on her mind. So there is this need to speak up. There is this need to put those thoughts across as well and kind of be detached with it. Yeesh. The Death card, Scorpio energy. Yeah, okay, ultimately some things do have to go. Like, really do. Really do. Like, absolutely need to go right now. Or they have been going. It's out the door for some of the situation. because essentially, again, main card, Ten of Pentacles, blocking your full abundance. Blocking the full abundance. So it's essentially saying that you can't really hold it, you can't really let anybody hold you right now. It's time to like really speak up. It's really time to get those thoughts out, get those words out, get that plan out, get to your objective. And to do that, you may just have to cut some energies out. There's people cards here, so I think it could be people, but it also could be like death of some other mindset, your own things. So right now you're going through a complete overturn. It was almost like, now I get the sense that it's like you're killing your old self. Like you're breaking you are actually your mind, you're breaking it down to get rid of your old self, because essentially you could be your own block. The pathway, it's like the doorway. You've like walked up to this doorway, and metaphorically walked up to this doorway, detaching from some things, cutting away some things, while simultaneously planting some seeds to get ready for you to completely open that doorway, continue to plant seeds and create your own domain. There's just a foot in the doorway, a foot holding the doorway, but you're trying to open it, there's something there. This is that block, and this is what you're trying to remove. However you're trying to remove it, it could be more delving into your own thought processes, but it could be completely rewriting some things. With the card. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Eight of Wands. Love this for you, because it's coming. It's coming. Whether you fully look in and acknowledge that you need to remove your old mindset, this belief system that wasn't working, that was it was cold, it was detached, but it wasn't in a way that nurtured you. It wasn't a way that considered you too much. It was more of a defense mechanism. It's more just survival, more just this is what's needed, this is how it is. It is because it is. But not anymore. And because of that acknowledgement, it's coming in fast. Whether you decide to step up and start running, or whether what you've been planting comes towards you, but it's coming. Alright, so let's move on to what's healed with you already that you're still holding on to. What's healed already that you're holding on to? Six of Pentacles in reverse. The idea that you've given to a situation, that you've given a lot to a situation, and that it should reward you. Six of Pentacles in reverse. with on top of the King of Swords, you could be thinking that it's a person that basically owes you something, or you're in receipt of something. But this could be a past person. With the King of Swords, Queen of Swords here, I feel like there could have been a relationship here, a counterpart relationship, a merging of minds, and because of that, a lot of, I'm getting like Libra energy here, a lot of, there's a lot of duality in the situation, but it's also, it's basically a situation where you've been locked in emotionally with somebody. You've got to the point now where it's like you can't deal with that situation emotionally anymore. You can only use only logic with this situation. But you still feel like you're owed something in this. So you're planting seeds to try and detach fully from the way this has felt. Yeah, there's a need to balance things again, but for you, detaching away from it needs to be like, the scales need to be replaced with something else, not with past energy. I feel like you already know this, you already heal from this. It's just something needed, and I think that's you completely closing the book on this so you can open the door, kick that foot away. The Hangman on top of the Seven of Pentacles. What are you waiting for? What is this that you feel like? Do you feel like you're waiting for someone to come back to you to speak to you about something? Hangman, Pisces energy. Somebody is waiting for something, for some kind of, I don't know whether it's communication, because we've got a lot of we've got people cards here and their air signs. I'm wondering if it is like you are waiting for communication from a person. Let's just get some clarity on this. Yeah, 4 of Cups. Yeah, for sure. Someone's been holding back. So yeah, someone's been holding back. So the option is to either walk away from the situation fully and follow the path, but part of you is like holding back, being expected as an expectation. I honestly think you need to just walk through the door, and then that expectation, if it follows you, and it follows you, if it doesn't, you've still progressed. But it's difficult because if you always have got this expectation that somebody or something, a situation needs to be closed, it will hold you. It will hold you for as long as it needs to. Maybe partly with this counterpart situation, they know this. To release, to help you release would be for them to release too. Maybe they don't want to release. Maybe they can see you biding your time. They could be acknowledging that you do want to like move on. Ace of Pentacles over the Queen of Swords. Regardless of what they do, you already know you're moving forward. You know, you're actually not giving it any time or thought. I mean, Queen of Swords is a divorce card as well, so it's like, once it's like, you're done. You're done. Like, essentially, you feel like you're done. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's a new beginning for you. You're essentially starting again. And this is where you're planting seeds, because you've known that you're going to have to start again. You know that there has to be this death of who you were. Discovering who you are and what you're capable of. This is why that Eight of Wands is here, because when you do, it comes in. What else have we healed from that we're holding on to? The Fool card over the Death card. I mean, it's definitely just going to be reiterating what I'm saying, because the Fool card, Aries energy, is saying once you allow yourself, have fun in stripping away the old you. Like, have fun. It doesn't have to be this somber, depressing, pulling you down into the depths of darkness type of situation. This could be, I'm releasing that, whatever that is. I'm releasing that so much that I'm just having fun discovering who I am. It's playful, it's energetic, it's just exciting. The Fool card is taking risks. I don't know where the next step is going. You've been planning, you've been doing things, you've been, the paperwork and all, everything, and the strategy and schematics, everything. Now it's time to just like release that. You don't necessarily need it anymore. Like, what does it feel to be free from all of that? Because all those things are just, it's just the system of what needs to happen to be able to say that we can move forward. But actually within you don't need it. You don't need you don't need the validation or expectation from someone else. You don't need it. You can become. Okay. Alright, what else will be healed from? Two cards. Three of Pentacles. And then we have the Justice in reverse. This is Libra energy. Or somebody's really going to dislike the fact that you're moving on and they can no longer contain you in this thought process, information, legal system. They're going to really hate it. They've essentially enjoyed it. It's not necessarily they've enjoyed it, but they can't have the emotion that they had towards the situation before anymore. Doesn't mean the strength of the emotion has changed. It just can't be projected in that way. The strength of the emotion is still there. So now it has to be transmuted into something else. And however you've been basically defending yourselves, planting the seeds, could have been infuriating the situation. It's anything though. Any type of back and forth. Anything. Even if it's the last little bit you can give, even if it is just coming out as logic, as coldness, as detachedness, I don't care, do what you want, I'm off. Even if it's that, it's still cause and effect. It's the effect that they want. They create the cause, they feel the effect, that's what they want. But for you, Three of Pentacles, Justice in reverse, you need to be around like-minded people, people that are going to help you stay on target, stay on course. They've already have plans for you. The new mindset, it's already got plans for you. You just need to decide to stay on course with it, not get tied in, roped back in to anything like that. This situation has already seen you change. It scares the life out of them. But cause and effect. Right, let's get some Moonology cards. What does your future self want you to trust about your path? What does your future self want you to trust about your path? What does your future self trust about your path? Trust about your path. Your future self wants to trust about your path. What does your future self want to trust about your path? Have faith in your dreams. Yes, honey. That's what they've been trying to take away from you. Your element. Hopefully no more interruptions. Faith in your dreams. Faith in your dreams. Don't let them be the dream stealer. Don't let the situation be the dream stealer at all. Here we go. Prosperity lies ahead. I think you already know this. With the seeds that you're planting already, you already know. You already know what's ahead of you. There just needs to be a closing of the door behind you to really shove that foot out the way, because that foot, there's no need for it to be there. So wherever this block is, there's no need really, and you've got to consider who's actually really allowing the foot to stay there, who's allowing the block to stay there. Is it because you're still thinking and considering, pondering this situation, although you do feel like you're moving ahead? You know, pain is pain, fear is fear, and sometimes they do hold us. But sometimes they hold us for longer than necessary. Sometimes we get used to it holding us and we feel like there's no other way. I don't really feel like that's this in this case. But yeah, it's time to let it fully go. It's exciting to know who you are, like who the next person. Like, we can have so many phases in life. We don't have to stay at one stage or one phase. We can transition. You can be completely different to who you were a year ago even. No one can tell you that you haven't changed. If you feel like you have changed and you don't give into the same patterns, those patterns will remain. But if you've changed, you meet those patterns in a different way. They don't affect you in the same way, because they just can't. Don't let your past hold you back. Yeah. That's how did that come out? Don't let your past hold you back. I don't need to say any more because I literally said, but I will say it again. Don't let your past hold you back. No. A new start is coming. Okay, it's a wrap. We're acknowledging fully of where this is. We acknowledge it right now. So yeah, and start doing some affirmations. Now, I am what I am going to become. What I say I'm going to become, I'm already becoming. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Clarissa. This is a Darling Aura, and please like and subscribe. Tell me which card resonated with you. What's the situation? And sending you lots of love. And until next time.